My child, there are moments in your life when everything around you seems calm on the surface, yet deep within your spirit you can sense that something is shifting. That feeling is not your imagination. It is not fear trying to consume you, nor confusion trying to mislead you. It is my voice reaching you before the storm arrives. I never allow major changes to come into your life without first speaking to your heart. Long before the winds begin to rise and before the pressure starts surrounding you, I send warnings, guidance, and signs to prepare your spirit for what is ahead. Many people ignore these moments because they are too distracted by the noise of the world, but I have called you to listen carefully and stay spiritually awake. You have been noticing certain feelings that you cannot fully explain. There have been moments when your heart suddenly became restless, moments when you felt pulled to pray more deeply, and moments when you sensed that something around you was no longer right. These are not coincidences. I have been trying to get your attention because I love you too much to leave you unprepared. The enemy wants you to believe that these spiritual nudges are meaningless, but I tell you the truth, your spirit recognizes what your eyes cannot yet see. That is why you must stop ignoring the quiet voice inside you. When I speak softly, it is because I desire your attention, not your fear. I want you to seek wisdom before chaos appears. I want you to build faith before challenges arrive. Many storms in life do not begin suddenly. They gather slowly in silence while people continue living as though nothing is changing. Relationships weaken little by little. Peace disappears gradually. Faith becomes compromised through small distractions that seem harmless at first. I watch over you carefully because I know how quickly darkness can surround a distracted heart. That is why I keep calling you closer to me. I have been urging you to spend more time in prayer, more time in reflection, and more time protecting your peace because there are battles approaching that cannot be fought with human strength alone. You need spiritual clarity. You need discernment. You need the confidence that only comes from walking closely with me. There are people around you who cannot understand why you have been feeling different lately. They may think you are overthinking or becoming too sensitive, but they do not know what I have placed inside your spirit. When I begin preparing one of my children for a new season, I awaken something within them. I increase their awareness. I make them uncomfortable in places where they once felt secure. I remove satisfaction from things that no longer align with their purpose. This discomfort is not punishment. It is protection. I refuse to let you remain asleep while danger grows nearby. I refuse to let you settle in places that are draining your spirit. That is why certain situations no longer bring you peace. That is why certain conversations leave your heart feeling heavy. Your spirit has started recognizing what your mind has been trying to ignore. Do not mistake preparation for rejection. Some doors are closing because they cannot follow you into the next season I have prepared for you. Some people are drifting away because their assignment in your life has already ended. Some plans are falling apart because they would have led you into unnecessary pain. I see what you cannot see, and I know what is hidden behind every path. Even when you feel disappointed or confused, I am still guiding you away from destruction and toward purpose. The storm that is coming is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to reveal who truly trusts me. It is meant to expose hidden weaknesses so they can finally be healed. It is meant to separate fear from faith. You have survived difficult seasons before, but this time I do not want you entering the battle spiritually exhausted. I need you to strengthen your heart now while the skies are still clear. Too many people wait until the storm begins before they seek me deeply, but wisdom listens before trouble arrives. Wisdom prepares before fear spreads. That is why I am speaking to you now. Turn your attention away from distractions that have been stealing your focus. There are habits, relationships, and environments slowly weakening your spirit, and you already know what they are. Stop convincing yourself that you can continue carrying things that are damaging your peace. You cannot hear my direction clearly while surrounding yourself with constant noise. The world around you is becoming filled with confusion, division, fear, and emotional exhaustion. Many hearts are growing cold because people no longer know where to find truth. But I have not abandoned my children. I still speak. I still warn. I still guide those who are willing to listen. The problem is not that my voice has disappeared. The problem is that many have allowed distractions to become louder than my presence. I am calling you back into spiritual sensitivity because you cannot afford to walk blindly through the season. Every decision matters. Every voice you listen to matters. Every step you take matters. There will be moments very soon when you will remember this message and realize that I was preparing you all along. What once seemed like random feelings will suddenly make sense. The discomfort, the warnings, the dreams, the moments of conviction, and the sudden desire to draw closer to me were all signs that I was protecting you ahead of time. I never send warnings to frighten my children. I send them because love always prepares. Love always reaches out before danger arrives. Love refuses to stay silent while destruction approaches. That is why you must not harden your heart when you feel conviction. Do not ignore the moments when your spirit tells you to slow down, pray, step away, or pay attention. Those quiet moments may save you from deep regret later, my child. There are warnings I place in your spirit that are not meant to scare you but to protect you. Too often you ask me for signs, direction, and clarity, yet when I begin speaking through quiet conviction, uneasy feelings, or repeated confirmations, you hesitate to listen. You keep hoping the discomfort will disappear, hoping the situation will somehow fix itself without requiring change from you. But I need you to understand something important today. Ignoring a divine warning does not stop the consequences from coming. I speak ahead of time because I love you enough to prepare you before pain grows deeper. I whisper before life begins to shake because I desire to guide you toward wisdom, not regret. There have been moments recently when you felt something was not right. You sensed tension in certain relationships. You noticed that your peace disappeared in specific environments. You kept feeling drawn away from habits that once seemed harmless. These were not random emotions. These were moments where your spirit was responding to my guidance. I have been trying to open your eyes to things your heart already recognizes but your mind keeps trying to justify. Sometimes you continue holding on to people, places, or behaviors simply because they are familiar, even when they are slowly draining your strength and leading you away from the purpose I designed for you. I know you are tired of uncertainty. I know you wish I would simply reveal everything clearly and immediately. But faith grows through obedience, not through having every answer in advance. When I warn you about something, I am asking you to trust me before the evidence becomes visible. Noah built the ark before the rain arrived. Joseph prepared for famine while the land still appeared fruitful. My guidance often comes before circumstances make sense because I see dangers and outcomes long before you do. You are limited by what your eyes can observe, but I see every hidden intention, every unseen trap, and every future consequence attached to the decisions in front of you. Some warnings come gently at first. I nudge your spirit. I bring discomfort into situations that once felt easy. I remove your peace when you are about to step into something harmful. But when those warnings continue to be ignored, the pressure inside your heart begins to increase because I am trying to keep you from walking toward unnecessary pain. Do not mistake spiritual discomfort for confusion. Sometimes the lack of peace you feel is my mercy protecting you from what could wound you later. There are doors you desperately want opened that would have destroyed your confidence, your faith, and your emotional strength if I allowed you to walk through them too soon. You keep praying for breakthrough while still entertaining the very distractions that are delaying your growth. I have been warning you about the voices you allow into your mind. Not every opinion deserves access to your spirit. Not every friendship is healthy for your future. Some people only know how to pull you away from peace, drain your energy, and feed your insecurities. Yet you continue making excuses for them because you fear loneliness more than spiritual compromise. I never created you to live dependent on relationships that constantly weaken your connection with me. There are people who smile in front of you while quietly celebrating your confusion behind your back. There are environments that appear harmless but slowly poison your spirit through negativity, temptation, and emotional exhaustion. You have also been ignoring warnings about your own inner condition. You cannot continue neglecting your spiritual life and expect your heart to remain strong during difficult seasons. You have allowed exhaustion, distractions, entertainment, and worry to consume the time that should have been spent renewing your spirit. Then you wonder why your thoughts feel heavy and your peace feels distant. A starving spirit becomes vulnerable to fear, confusion, and temptation. That is why I keep calling you back into prayer, reflection, and stillness. I want your heart anchored before challenges increase around you. I want your mind clear before important decisions arrive. Do not ignore the conviction you feel when something inside you says stop. That voice matters. There are paths that appear exciting at first but carry hidden destruction beneath the surface. The enemy often disguises danger as opportunity. He makes harmful choices appear attractive, easy, and rewarding in the beginning while hiding the long-term damage they create. This is why discernment is so important. Not every open door is from me. Not every opportunity is aligned with your purpose. Sometimes the greatest protection I can give you is the strength to walk away from something you strongly desire. You have already seen what happens when warnings are ignored. You have experienced heartbreak that could have been avoided if you listened sooner. You have stayed too long in situations where your spirit was already begging you to leave. You have ignored exhaustion until your body and mind could no longer carry the pressure. Yet even after those painful experiences, I have remained faithful to guide you again. I have not abandoned you because of past mistakes. My mercy continues reaching for you, calling you back into wisdom and spiritual awareness. This season requires greater discernment than before. The distractions around you are becoming stronger because your purpose is becoming clearer. The enemy fights hardest against those who are closest to growth, healing, and transformation. That is why confusion has increased recently. That is why your mind has felt attacked with fear, doubt, and overthinking. But I have not given you a spirit of fear. I am calling you to rise above emotional chaos and begin listening carefully to my direction again. Slow down enough to recognize what your spirit has been trying to tell you. Stop silencing conviction just because obedience feels uncomfortable. Stop ignoring the inner warnings simply because you do not want change. Some of the answers you have been praying for have already been placed inside your spirit, but you keep doubting what I have shown you because it challenges the comfort you are trying to protect.